Good morning to our viewers in the United States and across the world. We are here at the beautiful Nokia Disc Golf Park at the 2022 European Open. We've got JUSSI MERESMAA, the tournament director for this event. JUSSI, how are you doing today?
I'm doing actually really good. Thank you for asking. It's been a long preparation and we are finally here, so I'm happy that we have got everything together and the weather looks pretty good, so I'm excited.
Now, it's been 3 years since the last iteration of this event. A lot has happened in those 3 years. What does it mean for this event to be maybe the final piece of the disc golf puzzle to come back after the COVID break?
Yeah, it's been a long time. So we obviously tried to do it a couple times. COVID says no. And it actually has accumulated to this point that we really want to show that, okay, what is the European Open about? And we have, of course, always some improvements. And personal level, it's been a long road. So it's been pretty, at the same time, great to see the sport to grow like it's been in the last couple of years. But at the same time, it's been pretty frustrating to know that, okay, we still need one more year, another year. So I'm super excited to be back with the European Open and the International Disc Golf calendar.
Now, we see some amazing facilities set up around this park at Jumbotron right at hole 1. Can you tell us a little bit about your preparations for this event and what changes we might see here this week?
Well, everything started obviously from the last event 2019. So we saw a giant crowds here and we kind of thought about that, okay, we need to do something to make that experience better. And there are certain parts of this course that are not really well accessible for the public, so we decided to upgrade our experience for the spectators. So now we have actually 2 giant screens and approximately 1,000 seats capacity for those screens to watch the live, even you are not right with the players, because it's quite tight at certain points of the course. And I'm excited to see how that will work. And of course, we have also upgraded the seating and VIP areas for the event. So we're really looking forward to a record crowd come Sunday.
Over the last couple of years, we've really seen the European players come to the U.S. and perform very well. Now we're back here on their home turf. What are you looking for from the European players this week?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I actually calculated one time that there are over 70 players over 1,000 rated, which is obviously a new record in our tournament. The level is very high. Obviously, the best of the best are here, so I'm excited, and I'm expecting a great battle. So year over year, I think the Europeans, especially the top Europeans, are getting closer and closer to that top. And what would be a better way to do it here at the 10th-year anniversary European Open?
Yeah, you mentioned the crowds and the explosion of golf in the game since we've been here last. There's most likely going to be a disc golf attendance record broken this weekend. What does that achievement mean to you and your team?
Well, that's actually a testament of a hard work and promotion. All the years doing disc golf promotion in Finland and building courses and building the sport and everything, it has come to this. And of course, we need the star players to come here to draw the audience. So it's kind of a perfect mix of everything, as well as this great city of Nokia giving us this place to play and have everything here. So I'm expecting over 5,000 people on Sunday. Hopefully we get the good weather, and that will be, of course, our new record.
Yeah, that would be unbelievable. Large multinational events like this seem to be the future of the game. Do you have any plans or goals to bring a tournament like Worlds to this area of Finland?
As a matter of fact, yes. So we've been building the other course called the Tampere Disc Golf Center for a couple years now, actually more than 3 years, and it's shaping up pretty well at the moment. And we actually got an opportunity to play that course with a couple of the US pros earlier last week. So I'm kind of expecting that we're going to put the bid in for the next 2024 Worlds. So hopefully we will get it.
Yeah, that would be amazing as well. Talk us through some of the minor changes that we're going to see on the Beast this year.
So after last time, 2019, we started to think about making this even more exciting, and I have had a great help from Teemu Nissinen, a former pro player who is a lefty, so he can also think opposite way than the right-handed player. So we have basically two major changes on hole 3 and 15. So hole 3 is now a redesigned par 5, which allows more aggressive play on the tee. So I'm expecting to see more eagles and bigger shots on hole 3. You can also lay up and get a birdie, so it's kind of a decision-making hole. Obviously, wind is a factor there. And then when you come at the hole 15, which basically is the stadium hole number 1, the last 4 holes are stadium holes. We actually shortened the hole by the Teemu's suggestion to par 3, so it's now a very nice hard par 3. So we are hoping to get more scoring separation on that hole. So you can birdie it, but as easily and even more easier you can bogey it.
It looks like it's going to be one of the toughest holes on the course for sure this week. Did you have any factors in selecting KJ NYBO as the captain for the European team?
Well, the President's Cup is a special event, and actually we don't personally select the captains. We select a bunch of people who vote for a captain. So KJ, I think he got 45% of all the votes, so obviously he is a very deserving captain.
Yeah, both sides seem to be as strong as they've ever been, especially the European side, I might say. What are you expecting to see from this competition?
Yeah, it's been close couple times, and obviously it's a 9+9 hole event, so anything can happen on those short 18 holes. So I'm expecting obviously a tight competition, and hopefully the European will come on top this time.
Thank you so much, JUSSI. We're looking forward to this event, and can't wait to see what you got in store for us.
Thank you.
All right, we are back here with EVELIINA Salonen, the highest rated FPO player in Europe. Great to see you as always. How's your practice rounds been going this week?
Yeah, pretty good. I like this course, and playing in Finland is always fun, so yeah.
You kind of have the home course feel, I suppose, being here?
Yeah.
And what have you been working on as you're going around your practice rounds this week?
Putting, as always, but I think here, like, driving has to be so accurate, so those.
Yeah, lots of OB that we're going to see during the round. You've played fantastic here in the past with a 5th place and 2 4th place finishes in your 3 attempts. How much confidence does that give you heading into this week?
A little bit, but my final round as US VDC was not that good, so yeah, little bit.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You very nearly took it down, though. That was less than a month ago. What are your thoughts and takeaways from that event?
Maybe that now I know that I can make some putts.
Have you been playing your practice rounds with your good friend HENNA?
Yeah.
And how's she been playing?
Really good.
Oh, really?
I think HENNA is going to win this tournament.
That's your pick for the win?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you comfortable on this big stage? This is now one of the largest stages that we've ever created in disc golf. You heard JUSSI say a few moments ago that there's possibly going to be 5,000 people here watching you. What will that experience be like?
It's so fun and cool to see like big tournament in Europe and Finland, and it's a really big thing to like disc golf scene, and yeah, I have to enjoy it.
Yeah, you definitely do. Growing up playing disc golf, did you ever think that you would be playing in an event like this with a stage this big?
No, never. Like, I remember 2013, I was asking autograph for Bates from my disc, so yeah.
And now, less than 10 years later, you're one of the favorites of the event.
I don't know, maybe.
No, you definitely are. Pretty crazy to think about, isn't it? What has your preparation been like heading into this event? Is it different for you now that it's this is a major and a big event, or is this just another tournament?
Not really, like same as always. Now it's different because I can sleep in my home, and like I know this course pretty good.
Yeah. What do you think about the changes to hole 3 and hole 15?
Oh, now this course is much more difficult, but I think differences are good, and like it's boring if it's always same course. So now it's more fun.
Is there a score in mind that you're trying to shoot as you head out there? What would a good score be in your mind?
I think under +5,
Okay.
because I think here is not that many birdie holes for me, but like playing par is good.
Yeah. Do you enjoy playing courses with the same tee boxes as the MPO players?
Yeah, I like it.
Gives you guys a chance to throw some big shots?
Yeah, and I like to see like what is my score like in MPO division, because if we have different tee pads, I don't know that like score.
Well, we don't have any Chipotle to offer you, your favorite restaurant when you're in the States. What have you been eating or enjoying since you've been in Finland? Maybe some foods that you could tell the Americans about.
Panza Villa is good. It's like Mexican restaurant, but in my home I'm cooking myself, so.
Okay. Are you making the macaroni dish that I've heard so much about?
Of course.
All right. Popular among Finns. What's it called?
Makaronilaatikko.
All right. VAINO and Lucas, I guess, both claim that as their favorite as well. Got a couple more questions for you. Passing it off.
EVELIINA, it's Matt Rothstein, PDGA. Your breakout win in 2018, your only major at Konepiste. It's been a while. Now we're back in Europe. How much of an opportunity do you see it to play a major here on your home turf?
It's fun. Like, it doesn't matter do we play in Europe or USA, it's still major, but like here is so many Finnish spectators and my family can come here and watch, so it's like super cool.
Have you gotten a chance to talk with the other Finnish players and the other European players? Is there a feeling that you guys need to come out on top and defend this as your home major?
Yeah, I think every European player knows that, and we are trying our best.
So many of your friends from the tour are now here. How much of your time this week are you spending playing tour guide?
I don't know, many people are asking like what do they have to see in Tampere or nearby, so yeah, little bit.
And moving to the President's Cup, what kind of opportunity do you think the Team Europe has this year after a few years off and obviously more players, deeper talent?
I think we have a good team now. USA have also a really good team, but I think we have now best chance ever to take that win.
And what are your goals for this week? How are you going to walk away feeling like you succeeded?
I want to enjoy and play my best. Yeah.
All right. EVELIINA, Salonen, good luck this week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are here with 5-time defending European Open champion Paul McBeth. Paul, your success at this tournament is legendary. How would you explain how you've been able to be so dominant here at this event?
I always tell people this is my favorite course. It's my favorite course not only for the shots, but just the atmosphere that comes with this tournament. I think this course is so unique because I feel like the first 9 holes, you almost got to throw 9 different tee shots. And you got to throw, that's backhands, forehands, touch shots, power shots, and, you got the par 4s and 5s mixed in there. So I just love the elements, that we have to, the elements of the shots that we have to throw, the weather, we got wind now, sometimes it's rain, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot. So I just think it brings so much to the table, and I feel like that's what I've trained my whole career for is throwing all these different types of shots. It's not just a backhand, not just a forehand, and on top of it putting. So I feel like when it comes to all these different types of shots that we have to throw, I feel like I show up each year here, and that's kind of what it takes, each year, and then it's every other year. So it's been a long reign, I guess.
Well, I know that that streak of 5 wins hasn't come in consecutive years, but still, after every win, do you find a streak like that becomes more difficult to continue, or do you actually find that it gets easier as you start to compile those wins?
I don't look at it as like the streak is easier. With the five in a row, I think it's something to look forward to. It takes a lot longer. You get it every 2 years, so it's something that I look forward to longer. So I think that's kind of what's pushed me to really take this one serious, because I might not get a chance for 2 more years. And that's a long time to dwell on something. So I feel like that really motivates me. It's the tournament I've looked forward to the most this year, because it's been 3 years since we've been here. So it's got that extra year tied to it, and I don't know. It's just something about Europe. I love coming here. I love competing here. It took me 1 European Open to get comfortable here. I had the 2011 was my first year here, and I felt like I was thrown to the wolves out here. But you know, I feel like it's just incredible to play in front of these crowds. Not just here in Finland, but all of Europe. Everywhere I go, it's just awesome to play in front of those crowds.
Tell us a little bit more about those challenges that you speak of, coming overseas, playing in a completely different part of the world, having to adjust to the time zones. What challenges do players face when they come out to play this event from the U.S.?
I mean, the language barrier is a huge part. You know, it's hard to communicate. You're uncomfortable everywhere. You know, you just try to go get food and you can't read the menus. You know, luckily here in Finland, a lot of things are in English, or they have English menus and stuff. So it's just very uncomfortable everywhere you go, and you can't even communicate with a lot of the people if they don't know your language, because Finnish isn't a language that's just people just pick up. You know, like Spanish or other languages that we have in America. So yeah, it's just difficult to get comfortable. You know, and then if you only come for the European Open, you're here for a week and a half, maybe 2. So it seems like a long time that you're here, and then not even talking about the time difference, the sun being up nearly 24 hours out of the day, so you're having to force yourself to go to bed, because you can blink and it's, you know, 2 in the morning and the sun's still kind of there. So yeah, it's definitely a different type of comfort that you have to find.
I'm going to pass you off to Luke Humphreys.
Cool.
Hey, Paul. Luke Humphreys. You took this tournament down in 2013, 15, 16, 17, and 19. Is there one of those wins that stands out to you more than the rest?
I feel like each one of them was very memorable in a different way. You know, battle with Ricky, battle with Greg, battle with Dave. Everyone seems like it comes down to the wire, but the one that I guess definitely stands out is the comeback against Ricky and Eagle. I think it was 5 strokes. I ended up winning by 2, so make up 7 strokes on those guys, if not more. I don't remember where they finished, but that's definitely the most memorable one as far as final round comeback, but it's just a battle every year here. So
yeah, it was 5 strokes behind Rick, 4 behind Eagle, and you made up the balance and won by a safe margin. What's the mentality like to be able to do that in a situation like this at the highest level?
I think it's just the fear of knowing that I might not get another chance for 2 years. So I don't want to leave anything on the table or anything to chance. So it's just go for broke, really, because you know, I love this tournament so much, and it means so much to come out here. And yeah, it's just finding a way to win.
How does a major overseas, a major in Finland, differ from what Americans would typically see at a major in the United States?
Oh, man. I just think the atmosphere is different, because I think my thought on it is that disc golf was presented here at a professional level, so that's all they know is the professional side of disc golf. You know, where it was grassroots in America, here it was their first exposure was professional disc golf when people would come over here. Only the best of the best. So, you know, that's kind of something we have to hold ourselves to, is when we're Americans coming over here, we're the best of the best coming over here to play. It's just such a different atmosphere, and it's such a cool crowd to play in front of, because one, that, and then also there's hundreds, if not thousands, of kids running around here and watching. And you know, you don't really get that at disc golf tournaments in the States as much. So yeah, it's such a different feeling. So if anyone ever gets an opportunity to come out and play or watch, I highly recommend it.
The Europeans are talking about this being their best chance ever to win the President's Cup. What's been the talk around the American team about your chances?
I mean, it's always, I mean, Americans have always had a solid team. We've always brought the top players we have, and it's no different this year. So it's their home turf, and you always want to defend that, you know. And the Americans are, I think, 7-0 in the President's Cup, so I think every year they feel like they have their best team because they're only getting better. Yeah. And Americans as well, but every year they're getting better. So I think that's going to be the saying until they finally win one.
Yeah. What do you think has contributed to the American success thus far in the President's Cup? One could say that, you know, at the end of the day, they could get lucky and win one of these, but they haven't.
I think a 30-year head start is what's really driving us right now, and then just the sheer numbers of players and people. I mean, I think the countries that have disc golf as heavy as we do in America is small country. You know, like Finland, what, 5,000, maybe, or not 5,000, 5 to 6 million people. Yeah. Sweden, I don't know the numbers there, but it's not as popular in Sweden. But I just think we have a numbers head start right now, and then also, like I said, the 30-year head start's definitely in our advantage.
Have you had any time to venture around the city, or has your mindset mostly been business this week?
Mostly business this week. I've been to Tampa Bay. I mean, this is what, my 7th year here, or something like the 6th year here. So I've explored the city quite a bit through the years. But this week I'm staying in Nokia, focused on Nokia and the European Open. So been here pretty much all day already. So I'm ready to go get some dinner and maybe come back. I mean, that's the benefit of the sun being up until almost midnight. You can come back here at 8:30, 9 o'clock and get a full round in.
And lastly, what would it mean to make you a 6-time major champion here at the European Open?
I mean, it'd be huge. You know, I haven't won a tournament in a while, so I definitely want to gun for the win. And on top of it, it'd be even sweeter with it being my 6th European Open and 6 in a row. So,
and it'd be incredible. Best of luck to you, Paul. Thank you for being here.
Cool.
All right, and we are back here with HENNA BLOMROOS. What is up, doubles partner? How has your week been going?
Good.
A little more for us. How's the practice rounds been going?
They have been good. Today we had a really strong wind, so it makes it difficult, but
yeah. It seems like it's going to be good weather, but the Beast typically has one of these days where it's really windy. What will your plan be in a situation like that?
My most overstable destroyer.
You first played this event back in 2015 with a 6th place finish. What memories do you have from that first time out here?
Only good memories. I think that was my first time to see Paige and Katrina, so those every people, yeah.
In those moments, watching Paige and Kat and watching them being surrounded by loving fans, was there like a fire being stoked inside of you that wanted you to eventually do that as well?
Yeah, of course. It always have been my big dream.
You've been playing for longer than EVELIINA, is that right?
Yeah, maybe 1 year.
Okay.
Longer.
So you guys started about the same time. Since that 2015 6th place finish, you've now had back-to-back 2nd place finishes. You're knocking on the door at this tournament. What's it going to take to get the win?
Oh,
just play amazing and keep on safe and make all putts. That's all about it.
Is there certain parts about this course that's set up for your strengths?
Yeah, I think so. Here is so important to throw big drives, but here you need to make your putts, and that's my weakness.
Well, you're known as one of the best throwers in the game. It's not necessarily your weakness, it's just not as good as you're throwing. I'd say you're a fantastic putter as well. What would it mean for you and for Finland to take this event down?
It means a lot. This always have been my favorite tournament ever, and yeah, it just means a lot. And my family can come here and watch and cheer me.
Your friend EVELIINA said that she thought you were playing pretty good this week.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I think she is going to be really good.
Both of you guys advocating for each other, as good friends do. When are we going to see you back in the States?
Pro Tour event, Des Moines, and
Okay.
Worlds.
Okay, you'll be there for Worlds as well.
Yep.
You're participating in the President's Cup tomorrow. How excited are you about that?
I'm excited. I can't wait to play that. Yeah.
And represent your country. What will the challenges be playing the different formats? Have you thought about that?
No, it's always same.
You'll be playing match play probably against one person. Have you played the match play format before?
Yeah, I have played that before, but yeah, it's same mindset to me.
Okay. All right. Just go out there and get birdies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to pass you off.
Hi, Henna. I'm at Rostein, PDGA. Speaking of the President's Cup, it's been 3 years. The European players have developed. We've all seen the results in the United States. What's the expectation for you and among the other European players?
Only thing, we want to win. Yeah.
What do you think would be more satisfying for you personally? To see a European player win the European Open, or to see Team Europe finally take down the President's Cup?
Oh, that's a hard question. I want both, but I think that Finnish player or European player to win European Open.
JUSSI was telling us that he expects somewhere around 5,000 players on Championship Sunday. 5,000 spectators. And Paul was remarking how he always notices so many kids that come out to see this event. How encouraging is it for you and for other Finnish disc golfers to see this next generation being inspired to come out and see the greats of the game play?
That's perfect. Kids are a big thing in Finland, and they are our future, so that's a big thing.
You know this course well. I'm sure you've come out and practiced it every chance you get. What do you think the real pivotal holes are going to be?
Oh, maybe hole 16, that island hole, and hole 18 and hole 15. Yeah.
And with so many of your friends from the tour in the United States here visiting, are you playing tour guide? Are you hosting anybody? And are you showing people around?
I'm going to show something around to people, but I'm not living here, so I can't host anybody. But yeah, we are showing Tampere and Nokia to people.
How far away from home are you here?
1.5 hour drive from here.
Do you have any friends or family from your hometown coming out to support you this week?
Yeah, my dad and my mom and my boyfriend is coming this week.
And when are we going to see you back in the States?
Excuse me?
When are you coming back to the U.S.? What's your next event in the U.S.?
Sorry?
What's your next United States event?
Oh, Des Moines and Worlds.
All right. And personally, your expectations for this event, what would be a good result for you?
Wow. Top 3, yeah. I don't know any scores yet, but top 3, yeah.
All right. Henna BLOMROOS, thank you so much. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
All right, and we're back here with Ricky WYSOCKI. Took a little trip to Iceland on the way here. How was that?
It was great. I got to do some ice bath, sake style, with some glacier lagoons and some icebergs. So it was cold, and got some good recovery in.
How long have you been in Finland now, and what's your experience been like thus far?
It's been great. Got here on Sunday. I got some great practice rounds out here on the Beast. Hasn't been this windy, so this is a new challenge that we're going to face for the tournament. But I'm excited. I've played this course, I think this is my fourth or fifth time coming here, so I've seen it in a lot of different conditions, so I think that's going to be something I can use to my advantage, knowing how the course plays before we step out there. And I know the type of scores you can shoot with the wind and without the wind, and it's definitely a whole different course.
You've come very close to winning this event in 2019. You put yourself in great position. What are your goals this week?
Just yeah, I mean, I've theoretically played really well here. Obviously I haven't got a win, but I've got a lot of top fives, top threes, and I've been had chances to win out here a lot, and that's definitely means something. I mean, the finishing holes are tough out here, so anything can really happen. I mean, there's OB everywhere. It kind of reminds me of USDGC, where 16's the island hole. There's you can definitely ruin your tournament on that hole. You can also obviously throw great shots and gain strokes on the field, but just the finishing holes are just tough, and it makes you earn every stroke, and that's why I think us players love it.
How do you like the changes on the course thus far?
I think it's great. The par 5 adds kind of like a attackable, eagleable par 5 out there, which is kind of unique for this place. Whereas before it was really a 3-shot hole and trying to get a birdie, and now you can attack the green in 2 and give yourself a long putt, hopefully inside circle 2 for the 3, and give yourself the chance.
You mentioned hole 16, the island hole, and hole 18, the tough finisher. Do you have any other holes in your mind that are going to be separators this week?
Yeah, I think hole 4 too. Hole 4 is another tough hole. It's in the woods, and the tee shot's really tough. A lot of trees. It's a rolling hill, and the green's tricky. The drives, it can get squirrely and roll down the hill and put you in a weird spot. So hole 4 is a great hole. If you 3 that hole, you're gaining strokes, and you're putting yourself in a good position to have a good round.
How's the knee feeling these days? You dealing with any inflammation, and how's the rehab been going?
It's been good. I think the Icelandic ice baths with the icebergs have been helping helping with the inflammation. It's been good. I've been keeping a steady, clean diet, and yeah, I feel like I'm hoping it's under control, and hoping I can play the rest of this season with no injuries.
You're known as a guy who sticks to his routine, one of those being ice baths. Have there been any challenges here for you to continue that routine?
No, actually, I just went and jumped in the lake. It's a Finnish summer, and it's really nice weather, so the water's not too cold, but I'm going to head to the host hotel and do an ice bath there. I heard they got ice baths and hot tubs and saunas and stuff, so I'm going to go get some recovery in after the round and just chill out at the host hotel.
You mentioned you've been here 5 times before. Is exploring Finland something that's on your mind this week, or is it strictly business?
Yeah, I kind of had my fun last week in Iceland. Finland's a great country. I think there's a music festival. I might go pop in there and enjoy some time downtown. But for the most part, it's going to be sticking to my normal routine and trying to win the tournament. And yeah, I might here and there have some fun though.
Right on. All right, good luck this week, Rick. I'm going to pass you off.
Thanks.
Hey, Rick. Matt with PDJ.
Hey.
So you've been playing really well in the States. You come overseas. How long does it take you to rediscover your game, to figure out what's clicking and what's not clicking when you cross the pond?
Yeah, I think just giving yourself adequate time to get over the jet lag and really just kind of get acclimated to the time change. That's really the most important thing. And once you do that, then I think the game will fall into place. I've had enough time to throw shots and really play this course in a couple different wind conditions, which is super important. I think knowing when to be aggressive and when not to be is super important out here, because there's holes you can be aggressive on and maybe not get punished. But then there's holes out here that if you get hyper aggressive on, you can get super punished if you're off.
You had a really good shot at taking this down in 2019, and it probably was some disappointment. And then you don't get to come back in 2 years. You have to wait 3 years to come back and take another shot at it. How hard was that to deal with not getting to come back and get another shot at the European Open last year?
It's tough for sure, but it's just a course that I always enjoy coming back to, no matter if I'm a past champion or I'm trying to get that first win out here at the Beast. It's tough, and even if you play well out here, you have to throw good shots on every single hole. Every hole is demanding, whether it's a tight tunnel shot or it's OB with the tight landing zone. You have to, you're not going to just luck your way into birdies. You have to throw good shots time and time again to set yourself up. And I think that, this is a course that, Idlewild can get a little fluky like last week. There's, breaks can go your way. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. This course is all about the purest thrower and purest putter is going to win, and that's what we all love about it.
You're such an accomplished player, world titles, major championships. You don't have a European Open. How important is it to you personally to fill out your collection, to get those pieces that you just haven't gotten yet?
It's definitely important to me. I think this one and USDGC are definitely two most important for me that I haven't won on my resume, and I definitely would love to add that. The crowds are going to be amazing. It's something I really thrive off of, and it's something where I'm hoping I can put myself in position to be on lead card final day and really feed off the crowd, because that's what I feel like I do best.
Well, speaking of the crowd, Jussi said he expects record turnouts here, upwards of 5,000 spectators. You're one of the players who have so much experience and actually thrives with crowds and energy like that. How much of an advantage do you think that gives you and maybe some of the other top players with all that experience under your belt?
I think it's awesome. I think that for me, I play better when I have bigger crowds, and so for me as a player, I'm trying to get myself in that spot where I can, have the energy and have, be able to, have that extra pressure to make that putt. It just kind of motivates me that little bit extra. And so for me, if I'm in that lead card, in that situation, I just feel like I play better and I live up to the moment. And that's something I'm looking forward to the opportunity and just put myself in that spot. And it's always a fun challenge to see how you react when you get faced with adversity, with big crowds and pressure moments. That's what us professionals live for. And I'm excited to hopefully give myself a shot.
Next week, if we're looking back on your stat lines from this event, what's the first stat that you're going to go to see how you did?
I say putting. I think, putting. If I can putt well, that's where I feel like I set myself apart. Pressure putts, clutch putts, that's where I separate myself from the field, and that's what I'm going to do this week.
Well, we can't wait to see it happen. Ricky WYSOCKI, good luck this week. Thank you so much.
Thanks, dude.
We're here with Eagle McMahon. Eagle, welcome back to Nokia. How have your travels been?
They've been good so far. It's really exciting to be back in Europe. It's been since 2019, so I think I can speak on behalf of all the players that they're really excited to see some new faces and also just a change of landscape.
Now, you've been out off the tour with injury. Can you give us an update? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm not going to give too much because I'm still kind of going through my own process, but the good news is that I'm here and I'm competing, so I think that says a lot. Jonesboro, when I re-injured myself, that kind of set me back a little bit, but I'm at a place where I can throw mainly backhand and still feel like I can, shoot some rounds, close to what I used to shoot. But most importantly, I'm out here having fun, enjoying Europe, and that's what I've been looking forward to for years now.
Well, it has been years, and you won your only major here in Europe at the Kona Piste Open. What is it about coming to Europe that energizes you, that allows you to play really well?
I think it's a whole host of things, but the main one off the top of my head is we play so much in the U.S. We're driving 10 hours from each and every event. To get on a flight and go to a different continent just seems so new and refreshing, because almost everybody on tour has been to almost every state multiple times, and then when you come to a new continent and it feels so fresh, you kind of spark that love for travel again and seeing new faces and meeting new friends. I think that's what's really special about the European swing.
Now, last time here in 2019, you had a real good shot to take down this title. You came very close. Tell us what you remember about that final rounds and how you're looking forward to getting back out here.
Yeah, I played well in 2019. I actually watched that round not too long ago. And just a lot of kind of missed opportunities, kind of lackluster shots. So I guess that moves me into my game plan coming into this event. It's really about keeping it inbounds, keeping it solid, not trying to do too much, because if you put yourself in a good position off the tee, there's enough par fours that you can get up and down on, somewhat easily. So I think slow and steady out here for the 4 days is going to be key.
Well, I know Luke is going to dig into some of the hole-by-hole stuff out here in your strategy, but I want to go back to 2019 one more time and just remember the scene after that round finished. It's one of the most memorable scenes for me. You're unloading your bag, throwing your discs out to the crowd. There's a huge crowd, so excited, almost felt like it was like the Beatles, coming to the U.S. What was that moment like, and where do you think that stands just in the development of the sport?
I mean, it's incredible. Finland and Europe has always been known for bringing these massive crowds, especially to this venue. I believe in 2019 there was anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 people lining the 18th fairway. And this year, I was talking to JUSSI. He's a little bit nervous because he thinks it could be anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000. So, substantially more. So it's going to be exciting, but also a little bit stressful for the tournament staff and crowd control. But yeah, the amount of fans out here is absolutely incredible. Throwing discs into the crowd, it was definitely a surreal moment that I remember fondly.
Thanks, Eagle. I'm going to pass you off to Luke Humphreys.
Hey, Eagle. Luke here. We're going to see you at the President's Cup tomorrow. What's it like to be representing U.S. in an international team event?
It's a real honor. This is my third President's Cup, and it's always a really cool experience getting the opportunity to compete against Team Europe. I think it's a very unique event, and I think it's going to be an exciting match. Europe is looking very sharp this year. I know Team US is undefeated, so I'll do all that I can to help continue that streak.
What challenges does an event like that in a match play format present?
It's a little bit different because you're going head to head with a player, so you may have to be a little bit more aggressive. But it's all good fun. We're going out there, having some friendly competition, so I'm looking forward to it.
What do you think about the changes that have been made to the Beast this year? Mostly minor, but definitely some changes.
Yeah, a lot of it is some tee pad or some baskets being moved back, and or a few tee pad changes, but nothing too crazy. The only major change that I'm aware of is a hole 15 turned from a par 4 into a par 3, 10,000 euro ace opportunity. So that would be pretty sweet. But I think there definitely could be a little bit more scoring separation on hole 15. But other than that, I'd say the Beast is playing pretty true to how it always has.
You mentioned hole 15. It's playing over 500 feet downhill, OB everywhere, one would think. What's your game plan going to be like on that hole this week?
You know, it really depends on the wind. Unless it's really poor conditions, I'm going to be going for it every time. DD3 off the tee, just trying to throw a tight hyzer, get inside the circle, and, you know, potentially give it a little bit of an ace run. But poor conditions, or if I'm winning by a bunch of strokes, then I'm probably laying up. But most likely going to attack.
What are your overall goals for this week coming in here? Is there extra pressure being this your first event back?
I guess I could look at it a bunch of ways, but I'm choosing to look at it as more of a vacation, more fun, and really about the recovery / rehab process. The fact that I'm out playing a major again is a really positive sign. So I really don't have any huge expectations on myself other than coming out here and playing my game. If I can play my game, find a good flow state, I've proved in the past that I'm one of the best in the world, and I think if I can, you know, find any bit of that this week, I'll have a great time.
Yeah, not just yourself. You've proven to the world that you're one of the best. You mentioned that you're looking at it as a vacation of sorts. You're over here with your girlfriend, Ratana. Have you guys had the chance to explore Finland or any other countries?
Yeah, we've done our best, you know, in between disc golf time. We got into Helsinki the first day. We got some time to walk around, and we're making a pretty concerted effort to at least get out, not sit around the room, go swimming, walk around the city of Tampere, scooter around. So we're definitely trying to see all that we can.
You're a man that likes his music. Have you got any shows lined up for your times here?
There's actually a festival this weekend in Helsinki that I'm thinking about going to. There's a lot of my favorite artists there. Kind of weighing that option because you know, with the tournament happening, but at the same time creating some memorable experiences. I think that's important too. So there's a chance I might be going to Helsinki in the evening of the European Open.
Definitely. Well, thank you for being here, Eagle. Best of luck this weekend. We'll see you out there.
Thanks.
All right, we are back with Simon Lizotte, the man of little sleep. How's the kid these days?
It's getting better and better. He's over 5 months old, and from all the dads I've talked to, it takes maybe up to a year until it really feels like your baby. But no, it's really getting more and more fun by the week.
What are the feels like coming back to the Beast this week?
It's so crazy that I haven't been here for 3 years. This has been like a every other year thing since ever I can really remember, because my first European Open 2009, I was 16 years old, and I mean, we haven't played the Beast back then, but since 2011, this has always been like Tampere, Finland is honestly one of my top 3 favorite cities in the world. I have so much fun out here, and obviously this tournament is just something else. Everyone who hasn't been here will now notice and see that this is something else.
You mentioned it. As a 16-year-old, you came out here 12 years ago and placed 5th. What do you remember from that event?
Honestly, not much. I really, really wish there was like better media back then that I could go back and watch, because I was playing final round with Ken Climo, Dave Felberg, and Jesper Lundmark, which are 3 legends of the sport. I'm the skinny little kid I saw post on Facebook, like a flashback post today, where I'm looking at myself like, who is this kid? I don't even remember being like that, but I played a really good final round actually, and the only thing I really remember was before the round when we were taking like group photos, and Climo was standing next to me and just was like, not many 16-year-olds in a major final. And I was like, pooped my pants immediately.
In your 7 times playing this event, you've only finished outside the top 10 once. What factors contribute to your success here at the Beast?
Is that a real stat? I would have never guessed that. I thought I have a worse history on this course because there's so much OB. I guess, I don't know. I think the energy, the vibe of the big crowds and the cameras, like this event was really before its time. Looking back in the day, like this was always next level stuff. On the Pro Tour, we're getting like the same kind of vibes nowadays. So I think I feed off their energy of the crowd. You do love putting on a show, don't you? Yes. This one's for the gallery. Oh, I almost had it. Unbelievable, the one-shot wonder. What can we expect from you this week? Hopefully calm and relaxed kind of golf. I'm pretty sure I'm going to feature card for round 1, so it's going to just be really exciting. Game is still feeling good. Last week at Idlewild, I was having some trouble in the woods, but out here there's enough room to launch some shots again. So hopefully just keep in the lines and then keep the hot putter streak going. You're coming in still as one of the hottest golfers on the planet. What's it going to take to continue that play here in Nokia? It's really hard to predict. I mean, McBeast out here this is almost where McBeast was born, I feel like. It's like he dominates out here, so we'll see. Paul's been struggling this year. I'm excited to see how he's going to do the first couple of rounds. And if you get on a card with Paul here, it's going to be a really fun battle. I think out here just takes stay in bounds and hit some putts. So you got to putt out of your mind to even be in the top 10. What do you think about the changes to the course? I think it's fine. They've lost a couple trees over the last couple of years, and some gaps opened up, so they just tweaked some things, a bit longer pins here and there. But honestly, it's not a huge difference. The biggest I would say is probably 15, where you throw the $10,000 ace chance. It's one of the gnarliest par 3s we've ever played. But just the chance that a hole-in-one happening there, it will be like an epic moment for the sport. So I'm looking forward to it. Is your play the big hyzer on 15? That's completely dependent on the wind. Like today, we had a really strong cross left to right wind, and the hyzer was basically impossible to even pull it over there. So this course is really wind dependent on what shots you throw, because the lines are tight. All right, Simon Lizotte, thank you for being here. I'm going to pass you off to Matt. Oh, keep it going.
Hey, Simon. Matt Rothstein, PDGA.
Nice to see you out here. I didn't know you were coming.
Good to be here.
Nice.
So this has been one of the winningest years of your career. You seem to be at a new level, and yet there's one level up to go from where you've been at. What feelings do you get when you start a major championship knowing that this is sort of the last nut for you to crack in your career?
Yeah, that major win. It was funny. We were standing in the parking lot earlier today talking to our boss, JUSSI, who is the TD here, obviously the Discmania CEO. And we were like, do you need anything from us this week? And he was like, one major win, guys. Like, come on now. So, yeah, it's on the list of things to do in life. And I think my chances are better than ever right now.
Well, apart from being a European, you were also like the face of Discmania, or one of the faces of Discmania, and this has to feel like your home event in a certain way. How much responsibility do you feel like you carry, not just for Team Europe, but also for Team Discmania?
It's definitely a different kind of pressure out here, especially because leading up to the tournament, we have so many obligations, like media stuff, promo stuff, because JUSSI doesn't have us, me and Eagle, both in the same place very often, with him he being here. So this morning we had a really early 2-hour promo shoot. Then we did a 4-hour practice round vlog, basically, for Discmania's YouTube channel. And there's just more and more signing sessions, stuff like that. So it's a week where we kind of feel like superstars, but also we really feel like we're really busy and working and exhausted. So it's part of the job, and we love it.
Speaking of Team Europe, you've been living in the United States, what, since the mid-2010s or so?
Well, on and off, officially since 2018.
Since 2018, and now you have a family, you have a child in the U.S. Any temptation to switch sides and come over to Team U.S.?
You know what? I've thought about that. I've talked to a handful of people about it. Most of them say never do that. People are gonna like. I mean, I'm Team Europe. I've always been. I was born, raised here, of course. And if there is any chance, if I get U.S. citizenship or whatever the rules are for me to play for Team U.S., I have to win with Team Europe at least once before I make the switch.
All right, then. We'll keep you on Team Europe this year. Let me ask you this. What would be more meaningful? What would you rather see? A European player take down the major, or Team Europe take down the President's Cup?
I'm just gonna say, for selfish reasons, the President's Cup, because then I'm guaranteed to be part of it.
All right, Simon Lizotte here at the European Open. Thank you so much, and good luck this week.
Awesome, it'll be fun. Thanks.
All right, we are back out here with NIKLAS, ANTILLA. Not counting Simon, you're the highest rated European in the event.
Correct.
How does that feel?
Feels good, just feels good to be home and have the major in Nokia, so great times.
You feel the support of the Finnish people and the Finnish crowds out here?
Oh yeah, for sure. There is so many fans and kids that it's awesome to play in front of them.
Is it something that you enjoy doing, or do you feel like there's some added pressures because of that?
I think a little bit of both. I like to play in front of crowd, so I like it.
All right. How do you feel like the Beast sets up to your game?
There is a little bit too many forehands, in my opinion, for being good course to me, but I'm throwing a couple of rollers and backhand straight shots, and so it's okay for me. I can shoot very good here.
You're known as a highly accurate player. Do you think that having this much OB on a course is an advantage for you?
I think so, yeah. There is not really like very good or very long shots, so I'm good at being accurate, and that's good here.
What do you think about the changes that have been made to the course this year?
I think it's good. The hole 15 is very good and beautiful par 3, and the par 5 hole 3 I think it's good because I think old sweet spot is now OP, so you need to make a decision if you go over or way up in front, so it's a tough hole.
Are you going to be the one that takes home that $10,000 ace pot on hole 15 this week?
I'm trying my best. Would be great.
You first played the European Open in 2019. Since then, you've made a name for yourself as one of the best players in Europe and the world. How does this year feel different than 2019?
Very different. I was a little guy back then. It was my maybe a second major in my career back then, and yeah, I'm a very different player nowadays, and I'm happy to see, like, I think I was maybe 22nd back then, so looking to make improvement.
Of course you will. President's Cup tomorrow. What would it mean to help your side take down their first win ever in that?
I was actually trash talking with Jeremy, the Team USA captain,
What were you telling him?
So we will take it down.
You have confidence that you'll take it down. What was he saying to you?
Nothing, just being odd.
Do you have plans to make it back to the States after this is done?
Oh yeah, I will be back for the Des Moines Challenge and all the way until the GPT finals, so it's a good stretch. I think there is more wooded golf than in the spring, so I'm waiting for that.
Have you played the Vermont event or the Massachusetts event yet?
Not yet, but I'm looking for playing there. It's a beautiful course.
Yeah, I believe that they set up pretty nice for you. What challenges have you faced when you go to the United States competing with the Americans on a different continent?
Nothing really big, but I think the biggest fact is that you need to speak a different language, and it's not your home country, so it's kind of being away from the home is the biggest thing, and but the disc golf is the same in the US as here.
Still got to get the birdies.
Yeah.
What are your goals this week? Have you made any specific score goals or finishing goals?
Not really, but I think top 5 would be great, and in front of the home crowd it would be great for the Finnish disc golf skiing.
All right, I'm going to pass you off the map.
Thank you.
NIKLAS, you spent some time in the United States earlier this year. Is the first extended trip of your career, is that correct?
That is correct.
How does it feel coming back home from a trip like that and now playing on your home turf for the first time after being overseas? Do you feel an added sense of comfort, familiarity?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it was a good trip, first time in the US, and now getting a little bit of confidence back in home, and yeah, my playing feels better than in US for sure.
How far away from home are you here? Are you getting to sleep in your own bed?
No, I'm like 4 hours from home, so, but pretty close. Feels like home.
Do you have people from home? Are they coming out to see you play this week?
I think at least on Sunday my family will be there, so that's great. Very nice.
We talked about expectations this week. The President's Cup is tomorrow. The European Open is right after that. Where's your focus? Are you focused on President's Cup, or are you just worrying about the major?
Both, but I'm I'm looking for that major title, and it's one of my big dreams. Even though my time would not be like this time, it's one of my biggest dreams. So I'm looking for that major, but of course the Presidents Cup is such a great event, and I want to play good there as well.
Now, it's been 3 years since you played in the European Open, since anyone's played in a European Open. The sport has grown so much since then. The European players have developed so much since then. How different do you think this event is going to feel for viewers and for you than it did in 2019?
I think it's way different, even though it was big back then, but the sport has grown so much in Finland and Europe, and I think everywhere in the world. But I think we are going to almost double that spectator number, and yeah, it's going to be so good.
All right. Niklas, Antilla, thank you so much. Good luck this week.
Thank you so much.
We're here with Greg Barsby. Greg, you're coming off just one of the most, epic wins that I've seen, and it was in an A tier, but somehow the scenes from PCS Ula just I don't know, were really impressive. Tell us a little bit about that win and the celebration that we all saw.
Thank you. Thomas asked me, he's like, man, you do the celebration so well. Like, what's up? I didn't even think about it at all. I think it was the culmination of all the travel, like the long travel, the lack of sleep, and like the extreme grind of the courses over there, like Sula especially. It's just like really, really attention to detail oriented. So yeah, I think the celebration was just, I felt like it was fitting. They gave me that crazy heavy axe. I could barely hold it up, but I was running on adrenaline, so yeah, it was awesome.
What's the plan to get the axe through customs? Have you looked into it?
They're going to engrave it and send it to me, which is really cool. Yeah.
Coming to Europe and getting a big win against a really talented field has to give you a lot of encouragement for this week. How does that win change your expectations coming into this major?
I mean, it doesn't. I guess that my putter did well last week, even though I felt like maybe it wasn't all the way on. I made the putts when I needed to. I feel like I always kind of have a knack for that. That always, that helps. So most importantly is just to get the putter feeling a little bit stronger. I still feel like I have room to improve with my game, and I don't think it really changed my expectations here. And I don't really have expectations. I need to go out and play the shots and try to manage the course as well as I can. There's a lot of out of bounds out here, and if it's a day like today, we're gonna have there's gonna be some OB flying around. The disc. A little angle missed here or there will be big problems a lot of times. So I think just management of the course and my emotions, trying to, where it's a new week and we're going to try to buckle down and tame the beast again. I've done it once, but, Paul nipped me in the end. So maybe we can run it back.
Now, I look back and you won your first PDGA event as a junior in 1999. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Here we are, 2022. UC's telling us we're expecting 5,000 spectators.
Yeah.
We've got Jumbotrons a whole one. It's got to feel surreal for you to come out and see the sport where it's at right now.
Yeah, the growth has been incredible. I mean, obviously the pandemic really had something to do with that, and it's wonderful to see so many people that are being able to discover the game and fall in love with what I fell in love with, which is just the creativity that you can have while playing, and really you get a little bit of control. If you can control your frisbee, it's kind of it's great to be on the arena, and especially out here. The growth out here is massive. You've got people working on the course like nonstop. You've got these little kids running up to you and wanting your autograph and taking pictures and stuff. I mean, Finland is a mecca for this sport, and I can't wait till it continues to grow into these other countries over here as well.
Well, you've seen so many crowds throughout your years, and you've seen so many different tournaments. What do you think it is about this sport in this country and this event that brings so many people out?
It's a wonderful track. I mean, the arena is really cool. As I look down here to hole 16, you can get a lot of viewpoints, just kind of the way the course goes into a bowl. So a lot of people can come out and watch. This crowd is electric, and I expect nothing less this week, not only from the crowd, but the show that the players are going to put on. I think it's going to be another massive success for the growth of the game here.
Next week, when you're looking back at the stat lines, looking through what you did this week, what are you going to be looking for first? What's going to be the key stat line, you think?
I mean, all of the above, right? A few holes have changed since I've been here. It's been, I think, 4 years since I've come back, and inbounds is the most important. You can't stand giving a stroke to the field. That's a pet peeve of, I think, all pro disc golfers. But, course management is really big, and then that has to meet execution on the green. So, I try not to put too much pressure on myself. The most important thing for me is just to try to get into a rhythm on the putting green. If I can do that, then my score should show up.
Thanks, Greg. I'm going to pass you on to Luke Humphreys.
Awesome.
What's up, Greg? Luke Humphreys here.
Yo.
In 2017, you came within a stroke of taking this thing down. What about this place gives you the good feels and allows such good finishes?
I don't even think that I was within a stroke. I led the entire tournament until the last hole. That week was really cool. I was coming off some fire. similar to last week, you know, I've got a little bit more gas in the tank. Finally got a good night of sleep, so just trying to dig in, you know, dig my claws into the course and really buckle down on my shot making. Yeah, this place is sweet. I mean, we're in Finland playing disc.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
You springboarded that finish here into a world championship the next year. Was there some confidence that was built here at the Beast that helped you take down that 2018 world championship?
Yeah, totally. I think playing in front of a crowd that's this big really gave me a mental hurdle. Like, I can play in front of, I don't care who's there, you know, coming out here and being able to perform in front of a crowd such as this really gave me a boost of confidence, knowing that, you know, my skills can stay true if I work at it and I keep doing my best to chisel them. So yeah, that was a huge, and a little bit of fire towards that Worlds too, knowing that I felt like this one kind of got snatched from me a little bit. So yeah,
indeed. Big confidence obviously coming from that win last week, as you mentioned. Yeah. What's it going to take to win this week?
Man, I don't know. I'm not trying to focus on like a win or a loss. I'm focused on more process orientation. Just, again, like I said, get into the game. Let's make some good shots, right? Let's make good decisions. And then from there, you know, you just got to put the chips up. A win or loss, I'm going to come out, I'm going to play hard. And that's all I can really do. And hopefully that's what the people want from me. And I think that's what they know from me.
Well, you're a showman. I'm sure you'll give them the show.
Yeah.
What do you think about the changes to this course? Have you had a chance to play it?
I haven't played the back three that are over there. Hole 3 is obviously much different with the tree not being there. That changes the game. I like the roller play there if it's not super wet on the course. You know, the course as it migrates, if it rains, you know, the rollers might not be as easy to pull off, so the sidearm might be a little more prevalent. But if the wind stays down, you know, I think I'll be throwing a fair amount of rollers on the course and trying to put myself in position for easier birdies instead of having to maybe scramble up.
What do you think about the new hole 15?
I think they're trying to bait people into hitting that hole-in-one, and I think a lot of people are going to be shooting over par on that hole. There's going to be a lot of holes that score over par, so the idea is to remember that it doesn't have to always be perfect, and you can't win in the first or second round. You really got to establish yourself in the event and then just move from there, you know.
We heard from NIKLAS Antilla that he thought that there were quite a few forehands on this course. Do you find yourself thinking that this is a forehand-friendly course, and does that give you an advantage?
That certainly gives me an advantage if it's clicking and my forehand's flying through. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of forehands out here, and maybe I kind of describe this course like you can play it so many different ways. It's the way that's going to work best for you. Like a few of those holes that I might throw forehand if it's rainy, I will throw the roller. So it's just what you feel comfortable with. Like, I'm going to use the discs that I have and try to do my best to understand them and understand the conditions around me to where I make quality shots and I can keep my way in the game.
All right, Greg Barsby, thank you for being here. Best of luck this week.
Cheers. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, guys.
with VAINO MAKELA. VAINO, welcome to the European Open. This is a tournament in your home country. What's it like to come out here to a major in Finland?
It's amazing seeing so much Finnish fans out here, and it's just like incredible, like the whole feeling about it and everything. I don't know. It's so amazing.
How far are you from home here?
It's like 2 hours away, so not too bad. Not too bad.
Are you getting to sleep in your own bed?
No. I'm staying like an Airbnb, like 15 minutes away at the course, so also pretty good.
In 2019, you came out and had a pretty good event here at the European Open, one of your best results at a major. How much of an opportunity do you see it to come out and perform really well at this home major?
I think it was 2017. I was 7th at that time, but it's feeling pretty good that I can play like in my home country and being in front of like Finnish fans, and they are giving the energy and everything. It's feeling like it's feeling home. It's feeling home. It's just so different than playing in the States. It's just so different.
What is it about disc golf that gets the Finnish fans so engaged? We've seen some of the biggest, most energetic crowds here at the European Open.
That's a good question. I think nowadays we are having so much like youngsters, like young age people. They are following their like biggest idols like me, Niklas, and then also the US guys. And I think because of those youngsters, that's why we are going to have like a massive lots of spectators out here.
Now, all these youngsters coming out, all these Finnish youngsters coming out to watch disc golf has to be very encouraging for Team Europe, who is yet to win the President's Cup. What do you think about Europe's future in that event and Europe's chances this year?
I think we are going to have a good chance to win, but definitely we need to play our hottest game to win USA, because I think USA is having like the best team ever, and also Europe is going to have like the best team ever. So it's going to be a tough competition, but man, we need to play hard if we want to win.
Tell us a little bit about your personal expectations for this event. What are you telling yourself stepping up to that first tee?
I just want to play like a full good tournament, like a good 4 rounds, like enjoying the gallery, enjoying the course, enjoying my game, and I just want to smile at the course and also play the good golf. So 4 rounds, good golf. That's my goal.
I'm going to pass you off to Luke Humphreys.
All right.
VAINO, good to see you again, sir.
You too, man.
How's your week been thus far?
It's been great. It's been great at the Nokia, and I'm loving the course.
How have your practice rounds been? Are you sensing that the course is playing the same, or will there be some changes in your play and other people's plays this week?
I think the biggest changes are hole 3 and hole 15. Hole 3, the between OB. That's making like the huge thing, because now you need to choose that if you're going for it or are you laying up. And also hole 15. Now I feel like there's not going to be like the big numbers of that hole, like big mistakes, 8s or 9 or 10s, and like I feel like now the maximum like throw is going to be like a 5 or something like that. So it's different. It's different for sure.
$10,000 ace pot. Are you going to be throwing the big hyzer?
No, my power is not enough. Well, if there's like this kind of wind and to the right to left, maybe I'm going for the hyzer, but I'm going to stick like the straight shot.
How much does it mean to you to be selected for the President's Cup team and represent Europe against the United States?
It's amazing, and I'm so grateful that I've been chosen to the President's Cup team, and it's amazing to be a President's Cup team.
What about that event and the format that you play makes it special and makes it fun for you?
I think because we are playing like in the same group, both 9 holes, and of course playing against of the best players of the world. That's like the main thing, and just like focusing on that card, what that card is doing, that and getting like the match play going on, and that's why it's like the best way to focus on that card.
You mentioned that you sense some differences when you go to the States and you play there. What are the main differences between playing here in Europe and Finland and then going to the States and playing?
I think when you are playing in States, there are so many good players out there, because when you are playing in Finland and our Pro Tour events, me and a couple other guys are always the guys who the spectators are following and watching and like spectating. But when you're going to US, you are like under the radar, I feel like, because there are so many like good players. We are not anymore the top players. That we are not as good as Paul or Calvin and other guys. But hopefully someday we are going to be there, all the Finns.
Yeah, agreed. Not long now, I don't think.
For sure.
Do you feel any extra pressure being on sort of a home territory, being here in Finland as one of the best Finns? Does that add pressure to your game?
Of course, some kind of pressure, but also it's at the same time it's adding like the good feeling and like the confidence that every Finnish guy and every Finnish lady is like following us and spectating and just cheering us that you can do it. You are like you might win this, and that's a feeling.
Yeah, you very well could win this. When are your plans to return to the United States?
I'm going to return to play Des Moines and the championships and the end season leg. So hopefully playing the DGPT finals as well.
You'll qualify for that, I'm sure. It's USDGC as well.
Yes.
Well, best of luck this week, VAINO. Thank you for being here. Take it down for the home team.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We're with Katrina Allen. My name is Luke Humphreys with the Pro Tour. Kat, when did you arrive and how's your time been so far?
We arrived Sunday afternoon. No bags. Tired, couldn't sleep on my overnight flight. But got the bags the next morning, got out on the course, and just fighting the jet lag. Other than that, everything's great.
Have your practice rounds been as you thought they'd be? The same course that you remember?
Yeah, a few changes. I think things have gotten, thinner. Fairways have gotten thinner because things have overgrown, just naturally.
maybe a
So-
little more space for the spectators as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
5,000 or more spectators expected to be here. What's it like playing in front of such big crowds?
You know, I've been coming here for years, and this is kind of, it was like shocking the first time they came in on the busloads. So they're just here to see good disc golf, and it's really fun. They really get into it.
Where does this event rank for you in terms of importance and prestige?
I mean, I have a special place for Finland in my heart. I learned the language, have really good friends I've known for years here, and so winning the European Open in Nokia, Finland is always, I don't know, I'd say it's in the top 2, 3 for me, for sure.
I had a question written down about you learning Finnish,
Okay.
actually. How would you describe your knowledge of the language, and how did that come about?
I'd say there's probably 3-year-olds who speak more Finnish than me, but I know lots of words, can order my food or drinks and things like that. Timo Nisanen, good friend of mine, he came over to the States and traveled with me a little bit, and he said I helped him a lot with his English, and so he is always down. Him and Ellie help me with my Finnish, and yeah, it's just fun to learn. Yeah.
You've recently passed $300,000 in career earnings, an incredible achievement by any standards. Is that something that you think about, or is it just another number to you?
Oh, no. Never thinking about any numbers, anything like that. Yeah, for sure.
Do you have some favorite things to do when you're here in Tampere or Finland, Nokia?
I mean, the beast is amazing, so practice rounds are fun. Man, I don't know. I just love being here. I mean, I love that the sun's up till midnight.
Yeah.
Man, just hanging out with my Finnish friends and slaughtering some Finnish.
You're somebody who's known for their routine. You
Yeah.
like to work out, you eat well, do some ice baths as well. Is that something that's difficult to do while you're here, or have you found that simple?
A little bit. I haven't even thought about a gym because I'm going to be brutally honest. I've been catching up on sleep, trying to get in rhythm. I was joking that I'll probably work out after people are done warming up on the track and field. You know, maybe get some stairs in or some laps in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you're coming back as the 2-time champ of this event. Does one of those wins stick out more than the others, or do they both feel the same to you?
Man, I think 2015, I shot, I would say, my best round of disc golf. I think I shot 5 under on the Beast, if I remember right. And I don't know how I did it to this day. I don't think the rating was that high, but if you've played the Beast, you know how well that goes.
For sure it is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm going to pass you off to Matt over here.
Okay.
Hey, Kat.
Hey.
Matt Rostein with the PDGA. So you're coming off a win in the States. How much does that translate after you cross the pond? Does that momentum stay with you, or does it kind of fall off somewhere over the ocean?
I mean, we start back at 0. You know, we're all even again, and different course, different conditions, the jet lag, 4 rounds instead of 3. So just trying to do what I do every week and get a good game plan. And you know, the only thing I'll take from last weekend was finding a really good mindset. You know, staying in the moment, easy to forget, being a little more aggressive, committing to shots, not playing scared golf. So, yeah.
Well, I've already gotten a few stats wrong during this press conference, but I'm going to give another one a shot.
Okay.
Looking over your career wins, you were an 8-time major champion, and a full half of those have come on the European continent.
Yeah.
What is it about coming to Europe that elevates your game?
I'll never forget, and you'll see this week too, how professional not only the tournaments are, but the European players. They take it very seriously, the way they dress, the way they act on the course, the rules, their professionalism. And I played sports my whole life, and I feel like I just fit right in with that, and felt comfortable just focusing on my game. I didn't have to worry about any of the extra things, and I don't know, maybe I have a little Norwegian in me or something, and I just love being here.
At this point in your career, when you see these big crowds come out that includes a lot of young fans, how fulfilling is it for you to know that you're inspiring the next generation that's going to carry this sport on in the future?
That's something that I have a special heart for. Like, you know, we talk about almost every week. I pride myself in hard work and, you know, always growing and being a better athlete. And yeah, I hope that they look up to me, and I mean it's always an honor to play in front of the kids. Yeah.
All right, Kat. Well,
Okay.
I hope the conditions get better. It's a little cold and windy out here, but it's
Yeah.
great to see you out here in Finland. Thank you, and good luck
Okay.
this week.
Okay, thank you. Moi moi.
We're here with Team Europe captain KJ NYBO. KJ, welcome to the European Open, the President's Cup. You just came from overseas. You were in the States playing at the Pro Masters Worlds. Tell us about your travel. How are you feeling?
So I'm feeling good. Nice to be here, and thank you for that. Little layover from yesterday. We traveled for 8 hours only, the plane, but had a few hours of sleep. But had a long day yesterday. Was tired. Kind of fell asleep a few times, but kind of kept it going through the day and slept over tonight. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
Now, you're going to attempt to lead Team Europe to its first win in the President's Cup.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your team,
Yeah.
how you went about the selection process.
So it's voting process. So I was just chosen by the people in Europe. So that's how it's working. But yeah, we are definitely gonna do our best to get on top of it. But it's a tough and it's just amazing good team, the American team as well. So it's gonna be a tough game. But hopefully the Europeans will be on top of it. But we'll see. It's just if it's depends on the wind as well. Today it's really windy. The course is really tough in these conditions, just to keep it in bounds. Yeah.
Well, bring us behind the scenes a little bit for the President's Cup. What is your role as the captain, and tell us what has your team been doing to prepare?
Not too much, actually. I've chosen one player, which is the Norwegian guy. He's he won in what is it called, in Järve, and played well there, and I think that was my best choice of getting a Norwegian in there. There's lots of Finns there playing, so I think that's going to be a good comparison to the team. So yeah.
It's been 3 years since we've had a major in Europe.
Yeah.
The sport itself has grown so much in that time. The European players have had years to play on the European tour and develop their skills. Are we going to see a different dynamic out here this year?
Oh man, I think just the growth of the people and just all the new upcomings are playing so well. So the whole the field is just went up, and the quality of the players as well. So I think so, yeah. It's I'm looking forward to see it, but it's a tough question.
You just played your first Pro Masters World Championship, and now you're here playing another major, this time with the young guns.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how those experiences compare to each other.
Yeah, so World's Masters was it was very good practice for this event, so that's probably why I did both of them, and I know this course very well as well, so I think that was why I choose both of them. It was a very tight schedule to get here and not get too jet lagged from that, but hopefully I'll still play well and execute my shots. Yeah.
Thanks, KJ. I'm going to pass you on to Luke Humphreys.
Yeah. Hey, Luke.
Hey, KJ. Luke Humphreys.
Yeah.
You've shot some of the hottest rounds in European Open disc golf history. The last round that you played on this course, you shot a 10 under. What are your goals coming into this week?
Oh, if I can be in top 10, I will be happy. If I can get a USDDC spot, that will do the cake. It's tough to get a spot for USDDC. We don't have a lot of qualifiers in Europe, so.
Is that something you hope to see change in the future?
Yes, please.
All right, notes being made over there.
Yes.
While being a great competitor, you're easygoing and relaxed. What advantages will that give your President's Cup team in these high-pressure situations?
I think we never won, so it's the pressure is on the Americans, and of course I would say that to my fellow players, and hopefully that will bring in some relaxed atmosphere, and they just gotta do what they do and play some good disc golf, and yeah.
Is there any little bit of strategy that you can give us? Maybe you can't. Maybe you're keeping it all close to the chest. But
so I think it's mostly coincidentally set up. You gotta put a number somewhere, and that number is gonna be paired with the other numbers. So I don't think there is much strategy in that. I've got to talk to Jerm about that, yeah. So hopefully I can make some notes and make a deal with him.
We'll hear his thoughts in a second, so maybe good time to take some notes.
So. We have talked a little bit about it on Messenger, but I got to speak to the team as well and let them know what's going on.
What are your thoughts about the changes to the course? You've seen it since the beginning.
Yeah, it's definitely tweaked to the further or tougher side, I would say.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, 15 I don't like too much. I think it was more fun to play the other position as a par 4. I just spoke to JUSSI about it.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's just a very tough par 3 now, and I think most players will play it as a par 3 and lay it up down the hill and throw it to the basket and get a 3.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. That's my count, but probably it can be counted on 2 hands the birdies that will be made on that hole. But
and
we'll see.
a $10,000 ace.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. You could make it a 50 if you wanted.
Other than yourself, are there any players that stick out as favorites this week?
Not really. No. Hopefully it will be a European.
I feel that.
Yeah.
As one of the most...
Paul is always playing good here, I think.
5-time.
Yeah, exactly. And he want to play well, so usually when he want to play well, he does. So yeah, we'll see. Ricky could play here well as well, but yeah.
We've been waiting to see you on Tour Series skins for years now. This program is made for characters like yourself. How excited are you to get a chance at skins tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm so happy. Thank you so much, man. It's been 3 years since we met at Kai's place.
Yeah.
And you made that backflip in the backyard, and yeah. Hopefully you'll do that tomorrow again.
We'll probably try one, yeah. And hopefully you and Jerm have a little smack talk going back and forth.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, KJ, thank you for being here. Best of luck this weekend and in the President's Cup tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back. We are here with Big Jerm, one of the best characters in disc golf. How you been doing, man?
Most recently, I've been freezing. It's been hanging out here, and it is cold out here. It's like 16 degrees or 17 degrees. I don't know. I think that's the same in Celsius and Fahrenheit for all those that can't do the quick math back home.
I don't know.
It is cold.
I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah, that's not. But
have you been liking your time here? When did you arrive, and have you been seeing the course?
Yeah, I've just played one round actually. I got here in Finland on Sunday, but I had an obligation in another part at a camp, the Sierra Vuori. I think I said that right. Sierra Vuori, that's right. And so I did a little clinic this morning and did a little event last night, and just tried to give back to Finn. the Finns are just amazing. I love this place so much. This is the first country I ever visited outside the States. And whenever I come here, there's just this like overwhelming feeling of love, and I just love to give back when I can out here. But yeah, just got in to Nokia today and got my first practice round in, and just finished a couple hours ago.
You've been here 5 times previously. This is your 6th appearance. You got 3rd in 15, 5th in 19. What about this place gives you the confidence to play so good here?
I think that it's probably reasons of what I just said. Like, I just feel very much at peace. The course is one of my favorites. You know, for about 11 years now, people ask me what my favorite course in the world is, and if it's not Beast, it's one of my top 5 favorite courses. So I like the course. I love the people. I love the place. But the course also sets up really well for a forehand player. And this is also the first place I ever made it to the league card at a major. And, you know, I think that I kind of just take that confidence with me every round I come out here. And going back to my 5th place finish in 2019, I think it's the best finish I've had in my career that wasn't a win. I was so injured that I couldn't walk before my rounds. And as soon as my round was over and I started to come down off of the adrenaline, I couldn't walk anymore. I was literally crying, hobbling around the hotel, hobbling in warm-ups, got to the first tee, throw my tee shot. I'm limping about half of the way down the fairway, and then like the limp just turned into a normal stride. And then I got to play 18 holes and then back to pain. And there's like magic out there or something. And yeah, when I got 5th place in the middle of that injury, I think that's, to me, that was the most impressive thing I've done in my career, to me.
How are you coming in this year health-wise?
Health-wise, I don't think I've had a healthier season in a long time. You know, Jules and I are on the road together in the RV, and we're eating a lot healthier, and I'm not doing as many extracurricular activities. Like, I'm staying away from basketball, which has kind of hurt my knees in the past, and just being more aware of my body. And I think that, you know, I haven't suffered as many injuries because of it. So, knock on wood if there is any around. But yeah, I've stayed away from injuries so far this year, which is a great thing.
Through a fan vote, you're selected as captain of the American team. Pretty incredible. What does that mean to you?
You know, it's a really fun event that is this incredible showcase between America, North America, and Europe. But to me, it's so much more than just a fun event. I actually almost like get emotional thinking about what it means to be the captain of the team. I believe Dave Greenwell was the captain of the President's Cup in 2011 on my first trip over here, and just seeing the way he commanded his presence over the team and the way they responded and played well and won in a great matchup, and seeing Nate in 2019 and Feldberg, the way he's captained the teams, to know that I'm next in line, I mean, I could, you know, just get emotional thinking about it. It's a huge honor, and it makes me like reflect on my life in the sport in a way, and think about, man, like I would have never thought, you know, at the beginning that I'd be here today answering this question about being the captain. It's a huge honor. I'm really, really excited about it.
What strategy can you talk about that you plan to implement
tomorrow? I mean, what are you talking about, dude? USA is killers. Like, it's just like, that's the reason we haven't lost yet. We have something different. I mean, the players over here are some of the best players in the world. And I don't know why they haven't quite eclipsed us yet, because we have been in trouble, okay? It's been very close. But USA, we're bullies. And I don't mind that when it comes down to a competition of nations. And I hope that we continue to bring the bully.
Well, skins tomorrow with your co-captain, KJ NYBO. Can we expect a little smack talk?
Dude, absolutely. I love KJ. He's one of my absolute favorite people in the sport. There's not a single person in the world that's met KJ that didn't love him. And it's impossible to not like the guy. He's a genuine human being, nice, funny, incredibly talented disc golfer. But I'm going to give him the business tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar.
All right. And fans can watch that on the Disc Golf Network. I'm going to hand this one off to Matt. Thank you, Jerm.
Okay. Thanks, Luke.
Hey, Jerm.
Hey.
Matt Rothstein, PDGA.
Nice to be here with you, man.
It's good to be here and upright. tomorrow you're taking on this task as captain of Team USA. Last time around, it was your close friend Nate Sexton. Can you just talk a little bit about just following Nate and compare and contrast your leadership styles a little bit?
Yeah, leadership styles are going to be a little bit different. You know, I definitely bring a different energy than I think really anyone, and I'm interested to see how that translates to being a leader as a captain. But really, it's not about me tomorrow. I just kind of take the leadership role because I've been elected that captain. But really, when it comes down to it tomorrow, it's all about the individuals that earn their spot on this team going out there and showing why they're the best in the world. And hopefully we just get the right matchups and have the right luck. And, you know, like I said, you know, bring that bully spirit that's made U.S. unbeatable in the past. And but it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Our team is as good as it's ever been, and Europe is definitely bringing their best team ever. And it's going to be a battle.
Well, Team Europe is trying to get over that hump and beat these killers, as you put it. You have experience with that as well, chasing down some of the biggest names, some of the best players in the history of our sport to win, you know, a major title. So what can you tell us about what it's going to take for Team Europe to get over that hump?
Well, I don't want to tell you because they might be listening. So I'll tell you tomorrow after we take our 10th win. But I'm not sharing any trade secrets right now as far as what it's going to take to beat us. But they know. You know, for them, Europe has always had just equally great throwers. And I think the one thing that's held them back has been putting. So if you're a European player watching this, make your putts. Okay? That's it. Just make your putts. And when you do that, you're going to beat us because you're throwing the disc just as well, if not better.
Well, that's a confident statement right there, giving away the strategy the day before the event.
I figure, you know, it's pretty sage advice, but, you know, at the same time, you still got to get up on the course and make those putts, and it's a little harder to do it than to say it.
We were talking a little bit with KJ about how his kind of calm, cool demeanor on the course might translate to his team and giving them some steady leadership. What about your personality and temperament do you think is going to translate to your team tomorrow?
I don't know, man. I come from a soccer and basketball background where our coaches hyped us up, and I don't know if you really want to hype up disc golfers. I think you just want to keep them cool, calm, and collected. So I'm going to have to change my coaching strategy from what I was taught as a kid. But I think that, you know, like reminding the Team US why they're here, and just, you know, like letting them know that we're playing for history. It's not just a fun, friendly event, which it is, but it's so much more than that. And when you have the 9-0 record there, you know, that record gets harder and harder to protect. Every time you notch another win on it, it's going to be harder to get that next win. And so I just hope that everyone gets a good night's sleep, gets a nice meal tonight, wakes up with the right attitude tomorrow, and comes out ready and focused. And I don't know what I'm going to say to them, but I'm going to be figuring that out in the next couple hours, that's for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. The ultimate hype man, Big Germ, Jeremy Koling. Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow and the rest of the week.
Thank you so much.
We're here with Disc Golf Pro Tour Director Jeff Spring. Jeff, welcome to Nokia. How was your trip out here and how are you feeling?
Well, we've been in Europe for a few weeks here. I'm feeling great. Very pleased to be in Finland for the first time. Back in 2016, I was able to go to Järva for the European Masters, a World Tour event at the time, and was able to go to Iceland, Sweden, and then Copenhagen, Denmark. So being in Norway and Finland kind of completes my Scandinavian, although I heard Finland's not actually in Scandinavia, it's just like a Nordic country. But we're feeling great. We had a great time in Norway. Epic tournament, epic hosts. But this should really take the cake in terms of European disc golf experience.
Now, tomorrow is the President's Cup. It's a unique format, not something that we're used to seeing, and I believe it's the first time it's going to be on live coverage. So what are we looking for from the coverage of this event, and what challenges are you guys facing?
Yeah, we're here solely as the Disc Golf Network this week, and we're thrilled to be here covering it live. This event will be free for subscribers of the Disc Golf Network for the European Open, and the President's Cup tomorrow will be part of a bonus package that includes post-production coverage of MPO1 and FPO1, as well as exclusive GK Pro skins match that we're also filming. So the bonus content is going to be totally worth it. Everyone should buy it. The President's Cup tomorrow will be part of that, and it's an honor. It's really just an honor to have JUSSI and the European Open team entrust us with this coverage, and to be part of the team doing the first live broadcast of the President's Cup. I think, for us, it's the closest thing in disc golf to the Ryder Cup, which is in golf, been, the event that pros get the most excited for. And you can start feeling the palpable excitement here from the pros, just talking about it, waiting to see it. Can't wait to broadcast it live, and I would encourage all viewers at home to go ahead and buy that bonus content. It supports the event, it supports our trip out here, and it's going to be really exciting.
Now, as the tour director, you've been responsible for running some of the biggest events in the world. You've run world championships. You've done it all. Here you are in Finland working with one of the other legendary event directors in our sport, JUSSI MERESMAA. What's it like working with JUSSI, and what have you learned just from watching him work?
It's fantastic. I think when we started conversations on this, it was something we'd been working to as an organization for a long time, and it's been great. I can see why all of what JUSSI does and touches succeeds. He's a great communicator, easy to work with. He's got a great disposition and a great style. So I think that the one word that comes to mind is professional. And, we have that at the core of our organization. So it's been a breeze so far. We hope that everything goes smoothly throughout our coverage. I know we've brought a big team here. We're actually, we've brought over 14 people. And we're also working with a team of 8 that are here on the ground. So we've got 24 people, a lot of equipment. And despite some baggage issues, I'm not going to shout out the airlines, but it's been really smooth. We've been happy with the results so far. We're really looking forward to a successful broadcast and working with his whole team. It's a great team here at the European Open with JUSSI.
I want to ask you a little bit about symbolism. What does it mean for Disc Golf Network and for the Pro Tour last week and Sula to come over here and be on the European scene?
Well, this is something we've been trying to do for 3 years. We had something scheduled in 2020 and then really firmed up in 2021 with the PCS Sula crew. And it's just a long time coming. I think the symbolism is that disc golf is under one umbrella. And I think together we're going to grow internationally to much greater heights than we would separated. So the more we can do, we've seen the European players come over more and more over the years, and I think that it's been very well noted that the influx of European competition in the United States is strong, and we want to return that, goodwill. We want to come over here, put our resources towards seeing what the European game is all about, and being in Finland, which is per capita one of, if not like the best disc golf countries in the entire world, is fantastic. The experience in Norway was also fantastic. I can't say enough about it, really. It felt like Vermont, but just magnified 2 times with fjords and on the sea. The hospitality was fantastic. So, just to me, the symbolism is just about collaboration and about disc golf being one big global family, and being able to do that after the pandemic. There's words can't express, how that feeling resonates with us at the Disc Golf Network, the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and the people we're working with over here. It's a special thing.
That's great. Thanks, Jeff. I'm going to pass you on to Luke Humphreys.
Hey Jeff, Luke Humphreys with Disc Golf Pro Tour. You're coming off a PCS Sula week where we saw a fantastic and dramatic finish. Have you had a chance to reflect on some of the thoughts and takeaways from the first International Disc Golf Pro Tour event?
Yeah, I think we were all pretty blown away with the hospitality and the dedication to professionalism. The PCS Sula crew went above and beyond. They were building infrastructure on the course for spectators. They were, a very big crew supported by PCS construction group, and I think their motto is "Nothing is impossible," and that really showed. So, I think that the battle between Greg and Jakob the final day was, a good symbol of what that was all about, which is just, European and United States disc golf, meeting and battling, and having competition, but having goodwill. And I think that we're just overjoyed that it went well. The first International Disc Golf Pro Tour event, despite, some challenges on the way, we got it off the ground and got it done.
You're Neil Armstrong in some senses. You mentioned challenges. This is truly unprecedented territory we're in. What have been some of the unforeseen challenges that popped up to make this a reality?
Yeah, the main thing is baggage. When we had our crew come over, we had a direct flight from Chicago to Helsinki, and we actually sent 3 guys up here to do some tests, to meet with UC's team, to really see the property and the grounds. The bags didn't arrive in Helsinki. It's no layovers, just directly here. And we lost about $50,000 in equipment. So far we've gotten it back step by step, but most of that, some personal bags, basically 10 days before we even heard anything about them. So, shout out to More Disc Golf, who, really stepped up and helped us on the back end. And are also here working on the back end with us on the Disc Golf Network team this week. But we're still missing 4 cameras, so we've had to do some rentals, some coordination, and kind of pull a lot of strings.
What can you tell us, if anything, about the Pro Tour's plans for international play in 2023 and beyond?
Yeah, we're going to be back. Our main focus is coming back. I think the 2 events this year are a good start. I'd like to think that maybe we could do 2 again, or maybe build towards 3. The tough part, Luke, is that the schedule's not getting smaller, on the U.S. side, and we have fantastic events in the States. And I'm already, kind of challenged to figure out how to fit everything in there. We're working with the PDGA and all of our partners, all of our event teams, to try to put the puzzle pieces in place. But I think some of the bonds that we're building here will allow us to kind of bridge that gap, and maybe even be 2 places at once in the future, in terms of live coverage, in terms of Disc Golf Pro Tour points. So I know we want to come back for at least the type of presence we have this year.
We heard UC mention a possible 2024 Worlds bid for Finland. What do you think that would mean for a country like this and for the continent of Europe?
Yeah, I think it would be a dream come true for the disc golf world. It's a long time coming. Worlds should be international at some point, right? It's the World Championship. And, the experience here hopefully will give us some experience here that we can add to that effort, whether it's media, operationally. But, it sounds fantastic to me. I hope that the bid is able to come through. I think that executing a European Open after having the last few canceled is going to be a great step towards that. So, you know, I'm filled with nothing but encouragement for that idea. And, you know, I think that our organization would do nothing but support something like that.
All right, Jeff Spring, you're a busy man working hard. We appreciate your time. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you this week.
Thanks, Matt.